fight was supposed to happen a couple times, but Michael Manning showed up for the fight the last 2 times it was supposed to happen. And Markow had a bit of issues making it to the fight, so he made it. He's here to fight. He said he is ready.
First, here is Trent Gibson.
Oh, it looks like we skipped one on our order there, but we have a little switch up in the order. We have Trent Gibson, and let me see here, I don't have this one on my list. We have Trent Gibson versus Brendan Bones Wolf. Out of. And Trent Gibson, nickname is Tekken, from St. Louis, Missouri, fights out of Hans MMA. He's got an 0-0 record, 145 pounds, 5'6", and absolutely jacked, this guy, 27 years old. Favorite fighter is Uriah Faber, no surprise, kind of looks like him in the body. And he's been training with Kyle Warren, Justin Langford, and Lance DeClue, and he said he loves it.
We got Brendan Wolf making his way to the cage now. Says he picked the nickname Bones, similar to John Jones there. He says because he's bony. So we're gonna have another classic short versus tall matchup, it looks like tonight, Drew. Says he is a Muay Thai fighter and a wrestler. He's 1-0 coming into this fight. So both these guys pretty green coming into this. Good height difference between them. Brendan Wolf coming in at 5'10" against 5'6".
Yeah, 5'6" versus 5'10". I got a fun fact on Trent Gibson. He says he has this rare condition that he has to eat a whole pizza every day, and fight camp has really hindered his condition, so he doesn't feel healthy. So he needs to get back to eating his 1 pizza a day. Really excited for this matchup. Both these guys, outstanding athletes. You got Bones. He is coming out of River City Warriors again. Coach Eric Clarkson, and then everyone knows that Hans MMA is doing some great things down there in their 2 locations that they have. They have a whole host of tough fighters. So if you come out of Hans MMA, you're going to be tough. If you come out of River City Warriors, you're going to be tough. This is going to be a great fight.
He weighed in tonight at 144.5 pounds of dynamite. He's fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri. This is Trent Gibson. His opponent on my left, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in tonight at 145.8 pounds. He's from St. Louis, Missouri. This is Brendan Wolf.
Brendan Wolf with a huge crowd here.
Both these men say they consider themselves strikers and wrestlers. Wolf saying he's a Muay Thai fighter and a wrestler, and Gibson saying he's a kickboxer and a wrestler. So we'll see if this comes to the grappling, who has the advantage of the wrestling. These guys go right at it.
Gibson right in the single, has it. Looks like he's passed the side control right away. He's stuck in half.
Yeah, Wolf's trying to keep that head. He's not really going to have much to use that with, being on having Gibson on the other side of his body. You know, if he wanted to guillotine, he really needs to switch, get his hips and his legs on the other side, or at least lock up a guard.
Yeah, Gibson content. He pops his head out. Now you're going to look for Gibson to go and do some work here, try and pass, land some damage.
Wolf trying to shrimp a little bit, but the cage seemed to get in the way. A little more out towards the center now.
Gibson doing a really good job at keeping top control here.
Yeah, Wolf seeming to move a whole lot on bottom drill, and with Gibson just sucking him to him, that's at least for most people, that's going to get him tired real quick. We'll see how his cardio keeps up after
this. Good shrimping there by Wolf, getting it. Ooh, attempts to get his guard back. Might be able to stand here. They're back on their feet. Gibson got a hold of the head. Wolf throwing hard. Right back to the canvas.
Wolf a little too anxious there with the striking.
Right, he gave him the hips.
Yep. Maybe needs to just, right now, shrimp out, work his way back to his feet, and then settle. Use his range a little bit when he gets back to his feet.
Ooh, Gibson now in full mount. And he's doing a good job of making him feel that pressure. He's got his legs off the ground, hips driven in.
Wolf did a good job reclaiming half guard there. I think Gibson got a little too anxious trying to land those shots and relieve some of the hip pressure when he went for it.
Bones trying for a sweep here. Gibson bearing him tight. He's got his full guard back. Let's see if he can get back to his feet again, because it looks like he was going to have an advantage there. He just overextended quite a bit when he threw that right hand and gave Gibson the hips.
Neither of these guys put themselves down as a jiu-jitsu guy, Drew, so we'll see kind of how this plays out in this position.
Right.
Wolf looking like he's maybe trying to play a little guard or at least keep the posture from Gibson. Gibson just trying to land shots here. Doesn't look like he's looking for many submissions or pass at all.
Right, and when Gibson does throw, it's nothing but power. It's pure power. Look at that ground and pound. 10 seconds left. Pretty dominant first round there for Gibson. Good wrestling, a lot of power, helps his opponent up. Great show of sportsmanship. Gibson does not look tired at all.
Nope, he looks like he's ready to go.
Not even breathing hard. Look at the chest of Brendan Wolf. Breathing extremely hard. He had to carry that weight of Gibson. Gibson did a good job of when he got full mount, lifting those feet off the ground and making Wolf carry every bit of that weight. Because you look at a guy like Gibson, he's probably 160, 165 pounds today. And it shows when he's on top of Bones Wolf there. Couple of great camps, couple of great fighters. Excited to see how round 2 plays out. If Bones keeps his range a little better and lands his shots, he was throwing hard. To see if Gibson goes right back to the takedown, where he's having a pretty easy way on top.
Yeah, Drew. You know, even if Wolf considers himself the better striker in this fight, he needs to not get too overconfident with that. I think he came out swinging, thinking he's just going to overwhelm Gibson, but you know, Gibson's like, well, I don't want to deal with that. I'm trying to go for the takedown. And Wolf needs to capitalize on that. Right now, he's already back against the cage. He needs to circle out here, get back out to the center.
Ooh, good takedown by Gibson. Tell this guy really put in the work in the wrestling. Corner calling for the butterfly hooks.
You know, Wolf's doing a good job of keeping his guard, keeping that overhook. You know, not really letting Gibson posture up too much. Trying to go for a sweep here off the cage.
Yeah, he tried to wall walk up with his feet and roll over to top position, but
Gibson's
looks like
really
Gibson's really got some good top pressure.
Not a ton of damage being done here, though. A couple of hammer fists.
It looks like Gibson is content to kind of stay in the guard,
He's really
posture up and
just
throw a
wearing
couple shots every now and then. Now he's throwing some heavier shots. Wolf looked like he had a moment to get up, but see if he can push the head and stand here.
Wolf needs to take his right arm, yep, and go for that whizzer right there, just like he did.
Back to his feet. Gibson has the body lock.
Needs to be careful here that he doesn't give him his hips too much and get taken down.
Wolf back up to his feet. Wolf really fighting these takedowns hard. Gibson staying glued to him.
Wolf trying to dig an underhook here. That's what he needs to do. He needs to dig that underhook and keep Gibson from reaching down towards that ankle or towards that knee like he should.
He gave up the underhook. Now he's going to get taken down.
As soon as he gave it up, looks like Gibson's able to get lower again. Yep, he's realizing that. He needs to dig it again.
Be a good idea for him to keep that underhook until he gets him all the way up. Good adjustment for the takedown there. Nice little angle on that double. Wolf has a hold of the head. Now he's coming back for the stand up against the cage.
Good stand up there from Wolf. Classic use of the whizzer, cross stepping, utilizing the cage to get back up. But again, he's going for that double overs position, and he really, really, really needs to dig that underhook and keep Gibson from shooting back down to his legs. Because we know what Gibson's game is by now. He's going to stay tight, he's going to keep him against the cage, and eventually he's going to drop for that takedown.
Yeah, he's really staying glued to him. He's just dominance by pressure by Gibson in this round. He didn't really land anything significant, but the pressure and relentless takedowns is what's getting him these rounds right now. Wolf being down 2 rounds here, he's got to get the finish. So he's really got to come up with something different to defend that takedown and get the knockout here.
Yeah, Drew, I think he also needs to worry about circling when he comes out to the center of that cage instead of just going straight forward. I think he should come out, maybe play the backup and counter game a little bit more. I think he's getting too anxious about landing his strikes before he gives up the takedown. When in reality, he needs to worry about not giving up a takedown at all. And in order to do that, he needs to not give Gibson his hips every single time.
And I think for Gibson, the key to victory is to do the same thing. Why try and fix something that isn't broke? Go out there, get your takedown, land your shots, and if there's an opportunity to finish, go for it. But if not, you're dominating the fight. So why change something up at this point? Here we go, round 3. Can Wolf get the finish? Good right hand there by Wolf. He defends this takedown. Wolf now on top.
Wolf might have rocked him a little bit with that right hand. He did a good job right there. He circled, he countered, he threw a couple right hands. He almost gave it a takedown once he planted his feet, but he did a good job of dropping his level, stopping the takedown, and then countering, using his hips to get on top.
Such a good adjustment there by Wolf.
He needs to settle here and not give up a reversal.
Right, he doesn't want to get rolled at this point. He's got a dominant position, and he can get a finish here. Looks like he really likes to be on top himself. Gibson doing a good job of sending him back up. He's going to try and go for the single.
Wolf landed some good shots here, but once again, he gets up those underhooks and he's right back against the cage.
Yeah, he needs to keep
this edge he has right now.
Gibson might be getting a little tired here. He's got double unders. If he spreads those legs and turns his feet, he won't get taken down here.
Yeah, one thing he doesn't want to do is be square up against this cage.
Yeah, he's got to turn his feet. He keeps his feet pointing out. It's easy to get the hips. Just like that, he's back down again.
Gibson does a good job of pulling that wrist out, securing the takedown. And we're right back where we have been.
Yeah, we had a good sign of life there by Wolf, but Gibson able to stifle that, and now he's back on top doing what he does. Gibson on top, trying to land some big ground and pound. Gibson again posturing up, landing some big shots here. Wolf's really got to get up and try and get something going on the feet with a short time left.
Yeah, Drew, he's worrying a lot about keeping Gibson down, not letting him posture up, when in reality, now's the time you just got to give it all you got to try to get up. Not so much surviving, not so much trying to catch your breath, because you don't have enough time for that left in this fight. He's doing a great job of securing that overhook every single time. I think he needs to maybe work with that and utilize it a little more. Work for a stand-up instead of maybe trying a submission or trying to go for punches. couple decent sweep attempts, but being a wrestler, all stocky like Gibson is, he has a really good base. He's gonna be a hard guy to sweep.
Ooh, big punch to end this fight. Wow. Gibson ends with a bang. I think Trent Gibson has a bright future ahead of him. First fight, brilliant performance for his first fight. Got the takedowns whenever he wanted, and I think there at the end when he postured and landed some heavy ground and pound, I think you're going to see that more in his game as he progresses in his career. It's tough when you're starting out to as a wrestler to gain that posture and land those heavy strikes. Fantastic fight by these two guys.
Yeah, I got it.
All right, fight fans, after 3 grueling rounds, we have a unanimous decision. All 3 judges scored the bout 30-27 in favor of your winner, Trent Gibson!
Trent Gibson with the unanimous decision victory tonight, winning all 3 rounds on all 3 judges' scorecards. Did a great job utilizing his wrestling and working for that same takedown he did every time. Like Drew mentioned earlier, if it's not broke, don't try to fix it.